Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to a Soul Sister show with host Sue Schumacher and myself, Anne Anula. And today we have January 23rd in US and Europe and January 24th in Australia. And we are a live call-in show, so give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. Join us and have fun with us, ask questions, or why not get a free mini reading live on air. International callers dial +1 213-943-3587. And please remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device to be placed in queue, so we see that you want to talk with us live on the show. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Rhodes in Greece this time. And on today's show, we will talk about near-death experiences. And it's part 1 of 2 episodes in a mini-series. We will bring on part 2 next Thursday. So we will be talking about near-death experiences part 1 today. And it is, of course, with host Sue and myself, Anne, and we also, as usual, take your calls for questions and mini readings live on air. Or if you have a near-death experience you want to share with us, we would love to hear you. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today's show from Arizona in the U.S. and Rhodes, Greece in Europe. And we currently have listeners in 16 countries around the world. And we are continuously growing, so we're very proud of that. Actually, that's a bliss for us. It's a passion for us to be on here and interacting with you. You can listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. It's all on the same page, or if you use a mobile phone or tablet, there's a link you can click and open the chat room in a new tab. So why not give us a ring at 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 213-943-3587. And remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device so you'll be placed in queue and we see that you want to talk with us live on the show. On today's show, we will talk about near-death experiences, part 1 of 2 episodes in a mini-series. It's going to be with host Sue and myself, Anne, and we also, of course, take your calls for questions and mini readings, or why not share your own story with us. We are the show, if you haven't listened to us before, we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, soul realignment, healing modalities in general, and we just love to talk about any and all spiritual topics. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio show, so call in at 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And I also want to mention that Scrolls of the Soul Radio are now on YouTube since a couple of weeks. And you can find full episodes of past shows currently from 19th of December last year. So we want to make it easy for everyone to listen to replays anytime that's convenient for you. And you can also check upcoming episodes. We make some short presentative videos. You can read more at scrollsofthesoul.com/post/YouTube. Scrollsofthesoul.com/post/YouTube. Or you can go to YouTube and search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio. And please subscribe to help us out to build the channel and to keep yourself updated on published episodes on YouTube. So let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters today, Sue, all the way from Arizona in the U.S. Hi, Sue. How are you?
Hi, Sissy. I'm doing good. Just listening to you give our audience all the beautiful information to let everybody know where to find us. And, of course, the YouTube channel, which please go over there, guys, and check it out because Anna has done a fabulous job setting up all of our past episodes, like she said, and from December of 2019 till now, and the imagery is absolutely beautiful. So I'm very fortunate.
Oh, thank you.
Her co-host. She's very creative, so please check that out at scrollsofthesoul.com. Scrollsofthesoul.com/post and /YouTube. And then, like she said, subscribe.
And, Sissy, thank you so much for saying that. But, we are all creative in our own ways. So This is my way. I love it. I really love it. I thrive when I can do things like this.
She's very visual. Yeah, very
and
visual.
Videos. And yes.
And beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Thank you. But you are providing us with a lot of things, all the topics and what we're going to talk about. And I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for being my sister.
Thank you. Yeah, I love my part too. Don't get me wrong. I definitely love the technical side of it. Mine's more the behind the scenes and Anna's more of the visual, but it works well. Works very well. I think we do a fabulous job.
Together, yes, we do. So I want to mention that I was actually not on the show last week, but I really missed it. So, I get some abstinence, I think, when I'm not on at least once a week. So now I'm here again.
Yeah.
Everybody listening, thank you for hearing us out and being with us and spending your time with us. And now is a really good time to call in for questions and mini readings. Get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And of course, you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com to find out all there is about us. And before we move on with today's show, I know that my beautiful soul sister wants to tell us a little bit about last week's show, and I'm eager to hear.
Of course. Last week was actually part 2 of Paranormal Investigation. Now, Anne had done the first part with our special guest and co-host. She co-hosted for me, Zelda Kelly. And that was on the 19th of December. And then last week I did the second part with her. And what an amazing discussion. It's an area that she's very well known in. And she has a group that she works with. And the group goes out and they do a paranormal investigation. I'm kind of brain farting, Sissy, on the name of the group. It'll come to me. But and they
Truth Seekers.
Truth Seekers. Yep, Truth
Seekers. Yeah.
And she's been doing this for quite a while. So it's an interesting topic, and they have some really great stories to tell. So by all means, go back in if you're interested in this topic, or if it's something you've experienced yourself. You're more than welcome to let us know. We're just very intrigued with the stories that the group over the years have experienced. So, yeah, that was a really good, interesting show. But of course, I missed doing it with my sister. So we'll have to in the future sometime, try it with the both of us.
Be all of us gathered together. Yes, I actually posted the link to the Facebook group in the chat room. So everybody listening, you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live and scroll down to the chat room, and I posted the link. So if you want to find the group, The Truth Seekers, a Paranormal Experience.
Yeah, it's a really interesting topic. One of the things I found fascinating that I asked her about was, just really quick, and then I'll move on, was, do you have fear, or do they have fear when they go into these properties, homes, or buildings? And does that fear help you or hinder you? So that was kind of interesting too, because fear to me tells you that you're feeling something, you're sensing something, and it keeps you aware, But with some people, it can also hinder them, and maybe not be able to experience it in that manner, where they're just, fear can do a lot and keep us frozen. So it was an interesting aspect of her work. It was just, one of many questions I had in regards to that work. So, moving on, we, like Ann said, we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, soul realignment, healing modalities in general, and we do love to chat and talk about all spiritual topics. So give us a call at 213-943-3587. All right. So, Sissy, would you like me to start delving into this a little bit, this topic?
Oh, yes.
Near-death experiences?
I'm excited.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, just to let everyone know, it's not a field we're experts in, but we do know something about some of this conversation. I think it's just over time reading about it and trying to understand the topic a little more. One of the things that occurred for me specifically was, and I think I've told this story before, was having losing family members and seeking out information, trying to understand what it is that happens. Where does my family go? Where are they? How do I feel about this? It was very emotional time. So one of the first things I started doing was reading some books on near-death experience, and Dr. Wayne Dyer, which I think we all know and love, he had written some books, and that kind of started that momentum for me. One of the books was Memories of Heaven, and that was a astounding collection or re-election of, sorry, that word is just not coming out, collection of children's stories of what happened to them. Either they had memory coming in when they were born, and as children they could recall themselves on the other side, or
Oh, wow.
some of the stories he wrote about children who may have passed at an early age and come back and spoke about their experience as well. And there was a lot of uh, commonality with all the children he wrote about. And when he got further into it, um, in fact, he's just one of many authors who are out there who have written about this. And the common denominator with all of them is their explanation with their experience, what they've experienced. And I'll just give you an idea of what a lot of people say when they've gone through this. So, some of the main things that are said are, of course, they're aware of leaving their bodies, traveling through time, or traveling through a tunnel, perceiving changes in time and space. And, we just here on Earth, we just couldn't imagine that, changes in time and space. Encountering light and love, meeting angels and deceased people or family members,
Yes.
undergoing a life review, and even the heaven and hell experience. Now, that's just the data that that a lot of these authors were able to accumulate. And then sensing, sight, sound, smell, texture, taste were very vivid to all of these people who had crossed over and come back. Gaining new spiritual
Okay.
insights, which I could only imagine. Of course, you're going to gain some new spiritual insights, because I think
Yes.
it's kind of there's got to be that beautiful just awareness that happens when, you experience the other side and are able to come back and talk about it. And even patients who, um, who might have diseases which were, considered death sentences, so to speak, and they come back, and the body is within a small amount of time is healed. That's amazing to me. That's really amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then some of the other data that has been collected over time is um, learning that it wasn't their time to die at that time that they came back. And then, of course, returning to the physical body and living transformed lives, which I could only imagine that you would live a transformed life after that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of just get into some. We only got an hour, so I'll get into some of this information. So the first aspect of what I was talking about, which was what happens during near-death experiences. People who have near-death experiences often report experiencing features that form a common pattern among the millions of people in history who have reported near-death experiences. Scientists investigating near-death experiences have found that the pattern of what usually happens during them is consistent worldwide and among people of all different ages, cultures, backgrounds, and religious beliefs. And that information comes from the International Association of Near-Death Studies. And they have
That's interesting.
they have a huge database of near-death experiences, and there are millions of people from around the world. That's what I found fascinating, was from all backgrounds, all ages, all religious and non-religious beliefs, all stating the same thing. Um, Very similar to each other, so the data is out there, and it's quite interesting if you've had this experience and you haven't really reported it to anyone. You can Google International Association for Near-Death Studies, and they have a lot of the information there as well as the stories behind it. And I believe they even have authors' books as well there. So some of the data and some of the information that has been gathered over time. I was just going to give out a little bit of information. So, for instance, leaving the body. People often describe their souls, the conscious part of themselves, leaving the body and floating upward, which I think we all imagine that's what happened. Some will say they felt themselves leave, floating out of the physical form, and were above themselves, saw their own bodies, and just kind of went with it, went with that feeling. Some people, of course, report, it's very frightening at first because they don't understand, which would totally make sense. I couldn't imagine it, but yeah, and so that's just one of many stories told. They call this, for short term, they call it NDE, which is near-death experience. People, like I said, have seen their physical body, watch everything that happens to their body when they're hovering, and they can see the doctors and nurses, even family members there, and can report and have reported back once they report back everything they saw and heard. And that, that kind of can solidify on the scientific end, because these were people who, it was said the heart stopped and they're no longer alive. And yet they're reporting everything that they saw, the description of everything they saw doctors and nurses and family members doing and saying. So
that's amazing.
Very, and it's part of the information and the data. That's part of the story. So when they talk about leaving the body, and from there, when they're expressing traveling through a tunnel, once they've left and they travel through a tunnel, it appears in the air and draws the soul of the body into it, propelling them forward quickly. And this is what's been reported. Despite the great speed at which they're traveling, however, people report that they're not afraid and that it's peaceful, and they're curious while going through the tunnel. And that, I just couldn't imagine being in that state. Go ahead, Ann.
No, I think that, I know that I've read and heard that people say that they are seeing a light at the end of the tunnel too. And many actually encounter loved ones who transitioned over before them, and even maybe loved ones and family that they never met before in person.
Right.
So it's very intriguing. I have the chills while you're speaking.
Right. Yeah, it is. And I'm just kind of giving it in the some of this that's been reported. So I'm just relaying what's been reported and how the experience, the sequence of events that occur, and they're all the same. Everyone reports the same thing. So once going through the tunnel,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you. Did you find out somewhere how long, a time frame it's usually going on, or is it just a few seconds? Is it some minutes? Is it longer?
Well, I know that there is perceived changes in time and space, okay? But as far as clocking it per se, because we don't have that, it's not like we can visually see, the time it's taking. I think it's different for each person, um, but the sequence of events are the same. Now, when they come back, of course, it's up to physicians and nurses to tell them how long they were clinically dead. And so that would give
Okay.
you an idea. I didn't delve that much as far as the research in this aspect, what time it took, let's say, from beginning to end to where they reached their destination, so to speak. But uh, just just from what I've read, and what's been stated, there's
Okay.
no one's really mentioned time yet. Anyways, so moving through changes in time and space, those who go through near-death experience say that they're aware of profound changes in time and space while they're out of the body. They often report that they can sense time and space occurring all at once, which I cannot fathom that, Sissy. So I can't fathom those two together. It's hard to wrap your mind around that concept of,
Yeah,
um,
it is.
time and space and all time as one. I don't think we're meant to, because we're dense here down at this dimension, a third dimension. Um,
Yeah.
Space and time are illusions that hold us to the physical realm, of course. And again, that's the dense part we talk about in the spiritual realm, and all present simultaneously. So, yeah, that's quite interesting. And there are a lot of books out there about it. Some of the information I came across, um, Lessons from the Light. What can we learn from near death experiences? And that is by Kenneth Ring, I believe. Um, that was someone who had a motorcycle accident, and he speaks about it. And like I said earlier,
Okay.
there are tons of books on this topic, um, and I'll just throw out a couple that I've read. Angel Kids, which is really great. If you guys want to read about this, Angel Kids, um, Jackie Newcomb is
Angel
the
Kids.
author. Yeah, Angel Kids, which just gives the story about children and their experiences. And the author is Jackie Newcomb. The other book I found fascinating, which is, I won't give it away because you're not supposed to, but this book, The Shack, with
Okay.
Paul Young. He's the author, W.M. Paul Young. That is a really great book. Now, it's called a nonfiction book, but it is, I can't give anything away. I just have to leave it where it is. It's a fascinating read. The other one I would suggest would be To Heaven and Back by Dr. Mary C. Neal. Another fascinating one. Dying to Be Me, and that was um, Anita Morjani, and Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote the foreword to that. The next one would be The Map of Heaven, Evan Alexander, Dr. Evan Alexander. So those are a few books I read, and if you're interested, just Google the names. I know the books are still available, and there's just some really fascinating information, especially because it's written from the view of scientists, from medical people, and who at one time didn't believe in this, because they're scientists, they're going to see it differently. So it kind of puts a twist on it when you start reading about it.
Yes, it does.
So, um,
By the way, I posted the books in the chat room.
okay.
scrollsofthesoul.com/live, so everybody can read about them.
Yeah, and
Thank you,
there are
Sissy.
tons. Oh, not a problem. You're welcome. There are tons more. These were just some I had gathered over time being hungry for an understanding um, from the perspective of those who have been there and come back. Especially, when you have loss, there's just it really brings you to this place where you really want to know more, you want to understand, because that friend
Yes.
or family member is no longer there. And these books were just a really great help. So I would definitely recommend it to anyone who has recently lost a family member. They were so informative and just could help bring about peace for you. So
Yes.
we are at the bottom of the hour, so I will actually have Anne take over just the bottom of the hour messages.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, my time. Okay, thank you. So, everybody listening, hi, this is Anne, hosting with Sue today on Soul Sisters Show. And it is the bottom of the hour, so I have a few quick announcements to give to you. If you haven't called in yet, now is a great time to call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and I know we have some people waiting in the queue, and we are going to come to you in a little bit. So there's still time and space, so if you want to, please call in. On today's show, we are talking about near-death experiences, part 1 of 2 episodes in a mini-series with host Sue and myself, Anne, and we will take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air, or if you want to share your own experience around near-death experiences with us, if you have someone close to you or you have a story yourself, we would love to hear that. If you'd like to connect with me or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And we can help you with personal readings and more in-depth things and soul realignment, and we do a lot of things. And we are very, very professional and experienced. And you can listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And I have posted some informative links and recommendations that we have been talking about today on the topic near-death experiences. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, January 30th, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and myself discussing near-death experiences part 2 of 2 episodes in this mini-series. We'll be on 10 a.m. Pacific US, 6 p.m. London, UK, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And today we are talking about near-death experiences part 1. And if you have missed part of this show and you want to listen to the replay, you can do that anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And of course, you can find all our past episodes there. And you can keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming, scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And we are a live calling worldwide radio show, so we are broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and from Rhodes in Greece in Europe. If you haven't called in yet, call in now and get your spot in the queue, 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And Scrolls of the Soul Radio are now on YouTube since a couple of weeks, so you can find full episodes of past shows, currently from 19th of December last year, but we are we have the intention to put up all our past episodes eventually. So we want to make it easy for everyone to listen to the replays anytime, and YouTube is a big media, so it's a good thing to be there. You can read more at scrollsofthesoul.com/post/YouTube. Scrollsofthesoul.com/post/YouTube. Or you can just go to YouTube and search for Growth of the Soul Radio directly. And please help us out and subscribe so that we can make this new channel going and growing and being bigger. And I think I'm ready. Sissy, are you ready to move on?
Yeah. So I'll take some calls. If just let me wrap it up real quick. So, of course, being that there's a lot of information about this topic, this is exactly why we've made it into kind of a part 1 and part 2 mini series. So next week I'll finish up. I'll kind of quickly review what we talked about and then finish up the rest of the information. Okay. So, and if you called and you'd like to get on, don't forget to press 1 if you'd like us to take your call. I'll see it on the board. All right, Sissy, is there anyone in the chat room who has a question?
Yeah, actually, we have Lil Fairy. Hi, Lil Fairy. I know that you most likely are hearing us. Lil Fairy is writing this. Hi, I'll be requesting HR for a change in section tomorrow at work. At my current section, my coworkers told my boss that I didn't mingle with them and blamed me for a mistake that happened only 2 days after I had joined the section. I am disgusted and would rather not work with these people. Any insight whether HR will approve my request, please? Thanks.
So then the card I pulled while we were on air and everyone's holding is within the next few weeks. So that, of course, now I know who it was for, and it may pertain also to the callers as well. So I think it's going to be in the next few weeks. And, of course, probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would imagine. What you're seeking as far as an answer, you'll have your answer. So, yeah, that was from Angel Answers from Doreen's deck. Sissy, do you have anything?
Yes, I actually have, and I'm getting almost the same as you, actually. Isn't that chilly? Okay. How we get the same information, but that's because someone is asking a question and we are supposed to answer, and that is right. The energy that's in the air. So that's why that happens. But it's even if we are experiencing, we do this a lot of time. It's always amazing.
It is.
And I'm seeing for you that you are going to get more information. So you are going to receive the information, and I'm hearing that it's coming in the near future. So 3 weeks would be a little plus minus because timelines can be tricky to actually say 100%, right? But it's coming, and I do feel that you will have an improvement regarding your question, and that means for me that it feels very likely that you will have a yes. I can't promise, of course, but I'm sensing it, that it will go your way. So it feels actually good. And I also hear that it's good for you to be assertive on this one. So don't be shy. Just go with what you feel and make sure that everybody knows what you want. That's the most important thing. So I hope that made sense to you, Lil Fairy. And thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you. And I agree with you, Sissy, that I think the management or upper management is very aware as far as being blamed for the mistake, which was not, you were not at fault. People have personality conflicts, and I think they're aware of this. And so
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time before whatever needs to be processed through comes through. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you. Good luck. Keep us
Yes.
informed, too, of, um,
Yes.
what they come back and let you know. 'Cause we definitely want to hear how things are going, and hoping that it will turn out for the better for you, you know? All
Yes.
right. All right, Sissy, are you ready for a phone call?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right.
Shoot.
Will do. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, ladies. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Patricia. I'm calling from Alabama. How are you
Hi,
both?
Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Nice to hear.
And thank you. My question is one of may I ask for a general? I just want to know what the angels see for me for this new year, this new decade.
Interesting. Well,
Okay.
so while Anne's doing something, I actually got for you, spirit wise, I hear you need to be looking for signs, and I think you have been that they are coming for you. But
Mm-hmm.
are you not understanding them? Are you having a little bit of trouble understanding them?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, just keep yourself aware and open because they are presenting themselves. Um, Sometimes we'll see things and we won't necessarily know how to line it up. And what will happen is a month or two later, when we go back to some of those signs, and make sure to write it down, journal it, what you're seeing. And it's only going to be later that you're going to understand, okay, I see what was being said, and the actions I took actually were in alignment with what was said to me. So even though you're not quite understanding all of it yet, you're going to naturally understand it. What the moves you need to make, from what I'm being told, will be made. You will make those moves, um, even if you're not. It's like a puzzle. You're not quite putting that puzzle piece together yet because you
Mm-hmm.
can't see the whole picture right now. You will see the whole picture once you start adding up all the signs that you've been given and what you did to move forward. Does that make sense?
Yes. While you were talking, um, I recall within the last week that I would wake up. Um, One night I woke up at 2:22 a.m. and then an hour later it was 3:22 a.m. and then the next night it was 42. I'm sorry, it was 4:22 a.m. and then a couple of nights later I woke up at 2:42 a.m. and then again at 6:42 a.m. And so I started um, really just focusing on the numbers and thought, okay,
Right.
there's a message here because those 22s are together. And then it went from just a single two, but two, in essence, is very important here. And so
Right.
I would wake up and write it down, and I would fall back to sleep. But I knew it was something that I needed to write down, and at some point try and understand.
Right.
Yes.
Did you happen to Google it? Did you look to see
Yes,
the?
I did
Okay.
Google. Yes, the 22 are they are major numbers. They are I'm trying to remember the word. They are Oh God, I don't remember all of it, but I know the 22s are very significant,
Right.
and that I need to just really pay attention to just pretty much patience, and that the angels are hearing, um, they're
Hearing you, and they
listening.
are around you.
Yes, and so I'm just trying to understand because again, like you said, I'm trying to understand what I'm being told, and I'm trying
Right.
to um, um, be disciplined
Right.
in what I'm being told.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yes.
Anne, do you have anything to add?
Yes. Uh, yes. First of all, I'm going to just mention I did post a link to Angel Numbers, a website by Joanne Sacred Scribes. She has very good. She has. I think she covers basically all numbers there is. So it's a good thing to look at her site. It's on scrollsofthesoul.com/live. You can find the link there if you want to. And
Okay.
I have a suggestion because many years ago I was covered with numbers. So I saw them everywhere. 222, 333, 111, 11, 1, 2, numbers
Mhm.
that it was kind of raining numbers on me. And I didn't really get it in the beginning. This was many, many years ago. So I started to try to figure out. But a good thing to do when you are seeing a number, and because it's very obvious that there's someone who wants to give you a message. So it's very common for angels and spirit guides, and even sometimes loved ones, to give us numbers because they know that they are going to catch our attention. So what I do
Mhm.
is that I Google that number if I want to, or now I can kind of figure out what they want to tell me. But I also look around me. What am I seeing around me? What's going on? What am I thinking of? What was I doing? So all of that gives you a more complete message. So if you have been thinking of something that you consider a challenge or a problem, this may be just a hint that, okay, hey, we're here. So we are going to listen. So try to start to talk and take notes, as Sue said, and also try to ask them. Just ask questions. You can ask in your head or you can say it out loud. So they will answer you, and you will, with time, you will understand how this works for you, because it works differently for all of us. And some people can hear, other people can see visions, other people, um, like myself, I see the numbers like pictures coming on.
Mhm.
For instance, if you see cars with car plates, that's a very common place where they can show you numbers. So pay attention to the other numbers around, and you can collect them, write them up, and you can check them out, and you will get a much deeper message from that. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Have you tried that?
Yes. Yes. Anytime, and it just really started happening in the last week or so, maybe a week and a half, and it's always, early morning. When it happens, it's not usually when I'm up and going about my day in the daytime. It's at night when it's peace and it's calm and it's rest.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
Yeah.
where they are able to get my attention more, because if you're waking up out of your sleep, and I
Yes.
always, for some reason, I'm one of those people that time, it's time for class, or it's time to go and grab up the grandbaby. It's time. Time is, and I like to be early. I like to be on time. So when I wake up in the middle of the night, I always look at the time, and so they
Yes.
know that, and
Yeah.
and so they focus my attention on that, because that is pretty much religious, me and time, um,
Yes.
and
And of
and
course
so
you are, of course you are more relaxed at that time because you're not
yes,
busy. You have your, it's easy for them to catch your attention. So that's why they
Yep.
pick that hour for you. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
the other
Yes.
thing, Patricia, I found was, so when I first started in my spiritual journey, a lot like Anne, numbers were coming at me from every place. I'd look at a clock and I would have the numbers, same as you, and it would be, and they would start to go up. And
Mhm.
like you, it could be 111 or the 222, and then it could be 555. All these numbers. What I found in the beginning was that what I was being told is that I was coming into my spiritual awakening. So now I was hearing them, and they wanted me to seek out the meaning of this because it had meaning. But I didn't know at first, like I said, until you start journaling some of it, and then over
Mhm.
time, when you look back, it just starts to make sense. You start to recall what was going on in your life at that time, and then the puzzle pieces just fall into place. And since you're seeing numbers now, they're gonna come at you because there is a spiritual awakening going on for you.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
So it's gonna become more prevalent. You're gonna
yes.
see
I actually,
more of them.
yeah, I
Go ahead,
actually
Ann.
have. It's kind of something that makes the hair stand up on my body because I pulled the cards for you to give you general for the coming year, and that was before we even started to speak. So what I got for you is that you have uh, many unexpected visitors around you, and that means for me that you are right now surrounded by guides and angels and even loved ones once in a while. And they are encouraging you because you are going through a time of transformation and change. So they want you to be in tune with them and start to understand communication and how it works. And it feels like this year is the year that it's supposed to happen because you have reached the point in your life when you are open and you understand many things. So you are going to open up even more. That's what I'm uh, getting a message from them. And they also say that this is the year where you can start to manifest what you dream of and what you want for the future, along with opening up. So they say that you're ready to go. You don't need to hesitate. You don't need to think that you need to learn more. Yes, you need to understand how it works for you, but you're ready to go. I don't know if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Um. Well, I think so. I know. I've just started in the nursing program, and it's 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 where I want to be. And it's definitely the passion of taking care of God's people. And I'm asking Him to. Of course, the classes can be. Oh my God, that's just a whole nother show and phone call calling for me to talk about the classes and the focus. But certainly, it's where I feel like God um, purposed me to be,
Yes.
um, and it's just a passion. It's raging inside of me. I'm just ready to take care of the people. That's all I think about is taking care of the people, um, and I don't. Um, it's just I'm just impatient with that. I know the schooling is a couple of years, and I'm so
It's
impatient. And I'm telling
yes,
God that, oh my God, I'm just ready. It's a
Patricia,
burning
listen,
desire.
you are, because I've got to wrap it up. I've got other callers. Just let me let you
Okay.
know.
Yes, I'm
Be
sorry.
patient here. You have a very strong healing ability, and you're right where you need to be. Everything can't come in a hurry. We all know that. Part of it is the education, but you are
Yes.
being guided, and they are helping facilitate a lot of this, and you will end up
Yes.
where you want to be. because that is where you're supposed to be. So you are
Yes.
on track. Just be patient with it. It will happen. This is right where you're supposed to be. Okay?
Okay. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, ladies.
All right. Thank you,
Almost can
Patricia.
feel
Thank
like
you.
a child on Christmas Day. I swear. Anticipating the morning.
Look,
Thank you,
keep us
ladies, so
informed.
much.
Yeah,
Many
yeah, keep us
blessings.
informed.
I
Let us
will.
let us know. All right. Good luck
I
with
will.
everything.
I
Take
sure
care.
will. Thank
Bye,
you.
Patricia.
Good luck.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
All right, Sissy. Moving on to the next caller. Hang on one
Interesting
sec.
call, though. Very
Yes.
interesting.
Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, ladies, I'm from Georgia. This is Regina.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing
Hi.
pretty well, and you?
Very good. What
Are
can
we
we
fine?
do for you, love?
Yes. What do you see coming up for me as far as landing a stable job? That's like no temp or contract work. Like, am I getting closer?
Yeah, you know what? I was told that first, go back to what I told the first time, which was originally for Little Fairy in the chat room. This applies to you as well, which is within the next few weeks. You are, however, being told to take as much action as you can, is what I'm hearing. So maybe when it feels like, you might want to take a break from the searching, just do a little bit more as far as applying and searching for what it is you're seeking, because it's there, it's out there. They're just asking that apply just a little more action, and it's gonna come. It will all occur as needed.
Okay.
So let me see if Ann got anything.
Okay.
Ann?
Hi, this is Anne. Yes, I got almost the same as you, and I'm also being given that you may feel that this is kind of a heavy time and that you aren't moving forward, but that's only spirit, and the angels are saying that that's only an illusion, and that's easy for them to say. Sometimes I do joke with them, and they have a sense of humor too. Because
Right.
I say, hey guys, it's easy for you to say, right? Because we are here.
Right.
But that's said with a laughter. But it is actually, I feel like Sue said, it's within your reach soon. So just keep on as you are doing. Keep up the good work, so to speak, and keep on moving forward with confidence. Know that you are going to reach things, and I do see that peace will come to you when things settle for you, and you will know exactly, and you have found this job. And I'm also given that it's a matter of the perfect timing, and sometimes because we don't have the whole picture always, so we tend to think that okay, now 1 month passed and 6 months passed, and time is just going. But in the spirit world, time is not of essence. So I can understand them when they want to encourage us and just make us keep on a little longer. But it feels to be quite soon, actually, so it's not going to take a long time. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I had a phone interview like 2 days ago. So, and they said they would reach out to me later on this week, like either today or tomorrow. And then it go to another phone interview with the hiring manager. And then after that, it's like another round of interviews. So, and I just want to see was it that position, or was it something else?
I have a feeling, I'm sorry to say, I don't feel, I can be wrong enough, of course, but I don't sense it's going to be this one you're asking about that you had an interview a couple of days ago. And don't be feeling down by that, because many times, as I said before, we don't have the whole picture, and when we don't get something, I've discovered almost every time that there's something much better for me coming. So don't feel like it's not going to happen. It's going to come. But I don't feel that it's going to be the one that you have been on interview recently. So it's another one. But I feel it's way better than you can think of.
Can I add something really quick?
Yes.
Cynthia?
Yes.
That's why I got take action, take a little more action, because Anne is correct on that. It's not this one per se. There is something else. It's just, you're hoping it comes quicker. It is going to come, but this is where they wanted you to look just a little bit more, because something else is going to come through. And you're looking. So you're looking through all those I can't remember what they're called, but those search sites for jobs that are posted.
Yes, I am. I just didn't know if I already applied for it or it's coming to the point that I would see it. Because
I actually see that within the next few weeks. I think that there will be much action for you, and you will have clarity. And I think that you will be on track, and you have found something that you want, and they will accept you too. So it feels like a very good situation. But the best thing for you right now, I know that it's very human to do that. Don't frame yourself and without continuing to do what you have been doing. Just continue, because if you open up the doors, you are open up the energies around the situation. So that means that more options would come to you. Make sense?
Yes, and I said it's probably just a start, to really get in the midst of it and get a bit of energy going with that. So that's why I was like, well, if it's not that one, that's okay. I mean, I wasn't going to be heartbroken.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear
and
it's not posted yet. It's gonna be posted, and that's why they're saying take more action. I think what they're actually saying is continue on looking, because it's not there yet, hasn't been put up yet. There's a site I'm seeing, and I can't see the name of it, but everyone uses it when they're
it's
looking
like
for a specific job. Indeed, yep,
like
it's Indeed. That's exactly it. It's not on Indeed right now. I could see the colors of it. I just couldn't make out the name. It is Indeed, and it's gonna. It just isn't posted up there right now. So, so continue. So keep logging into Indeed and searching for the criteria, that you're looking for, and you'll see it. It'll come up. Okay.
I will do. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Keep us
Thank
informed.
you.
Let
Thank
us know.
you. Good luck.
All right.
Yes.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye,
love.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, to see. I think we've come to the end. Are you ready to bring it out to a close there, girl?
I don't want to, but I think it's time. I never want to end, right? I can continue this forever.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Okay, so on today's show, we have been talking about near-death experiences in the beginning of the show, and this is a part 1 of 2 episodes in a mini-series, because this is a big topic, and I bet we are going to have this on sometime in the future again, because it's kind of a no-ending story, so you can talk about this forever. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, January 13th, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and myself, Anne, and we will be talking about near-death experiences again, part 2, so the last part of this mini-series. We will be on 10 a.m. Pacific in the US, 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And if you missed this show, you can listen to the replay anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past, scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And of course, you can listen to the replays of all our shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. You can keep yourself updated on our upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And remember that you can always listen live and text chat with us during the shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And if you'd like to connect with Sue or myself more personally, have an in-depth reading, or maybe you need some healing or whatever, you can connect with us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And if we didn't have a chance to take your call this time, please call into our next show. That will be next Thursday, discussing near-death experiences part 2. And you can, as I mentioned, go to scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming to find out more about the upcoming shows and times and things like that. And we are also now on YouTube since a couple of weeks ago. So Scrolls of the Soul Radio are now on YouTube. And you can find full episodes of past shows currently from 19th of December last year, and we are intending to put up all our past episodes eventually. We want to make it easier for everyone to listen to the replays of our shows, and you can read more at scrollsofthesoul.com/post/YouTube, scrollsofthesoul.com/post/YouTube. Or you can find us, if you go to YouTube, you can find us and search for us as Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. And if you want to help us out, please subscribe to help us out with a new channel so it can grow and we can have maybe a little better name on it. I mean the link. Thank you all for listening and calling in and text chatting with us and just interacting with us. And we're back Thursday, January 13th with Soul Sister Show, myself, host Anne, and Sue as hosts, discussing near-death experiences, part 2 of 2 episodes in a mini-series. 10 a.m. Pacific US, 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece. And if you missed today's show, you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/past to listen to the replay anytime convenient for you. So, Sue, do you have anything you want to tell our audience before we end the show?
I just want to say thank you, everyone, for always entrusting us with your questions. And call back, like Anne said, we love to talk to you and hear how you're doing and how things are going. And if it's improved, if you got that job you were hoping to get, just anything that's going on that we've maybe discussed in the past, we really appreciate your trust in us, and we value our friendships with all of our callers and listeners. We really appreciate it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for calling in. And
yes, thank you.
We appreciate it. With that, I would just give a quick shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
And I say thank you so much, and love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.